Search isn't disappearing, but the way we search and the way businesses get discovered is changing. For decades, the internet functioned as a library of destinations. You would type a query, scan a list of links, and click through to a website to find the information you needed. This ecosystem relied on algorithms like PageRank to determine authority. If you optimized your site with the right keywords and earned enough backlinks, search engines rewarded you with a steady stream of visitors. Eventually, the experience reached a breaking point. To rank higher and monetize that traffic, the web became saturated with pop-up banners, intrusive tracking cookies, and pages of thin content written for bots rather than people. This friction left users desperate for a shortcut. The industry had created a system so difficult to navigate that people were ready to abandon the click-based journey for any tool that could provide a single, direct answer. ChatGPT filled that gap with startling speed. By early 2026, the platform had reached nearly 900 million weekly active users. Search engines responded by integrating tools like Google's AI Mode and Perplexity. These interfaces don't just point you to a website, they present a synthesized answer that attempts to be the final word on your query. Instead of forcing you to visit 3 different sites to compare data, the AI reads them all for you and serves up the result. This creates a massive transparency problem. These models operate as a black box, offering little insight into how they prioritize specific data or which sources they choose to omit entirely. This shift removes the incentive for publishers to create content. If an AI provides the full value of a web page without sending a single visitor to the original source, the economic cycle that keeps the open web alive disappears. To adapt, we have to understand the technology behind the change. Search has moved past rigid keyword matching and toward natural language processing. Users no longer use short, robotic phrases. They ask long, highly specific questions like, what are the best running shoes for flat feet under $50 for a marathon? AI models can now interpret the intent behind those words. This makes the old strategy of repeating keywords on a page to trick an algorithm completely obsolete. This chart shows the rise of the zero-click search. Clicks to external websites have dropped to nearly 60% of all queries, and that number climbs as high as 80% when an AI overview is present. While informational traffic is disappearing, the opportunity hasn't gone away. It has just moved. Businesses now have to stop competing for clicks and start competing to be the trusted data that trains the AI. Optimization is evolving into a new discipline called Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO. The goal of GEO is to structure your content so large language models can easily extract and present it. It is about becoming the primary source for the answer. In a world where AI answers are personalized to a user's history and location, the concept of a single, universal ranking has lost its meaning. Visibility now requires information gain. To be included in an AI response, your content must offer a unique insight or a novel perspective that the model hasn't already summarized from 5 other generic sites. Businesses must prove their expertise and authority more aggressively than ever. If you aren't providing unique value, the AI has no reason to cite you. Success is no longer measured by page views. It is measured by how often your brand is mentioned and whether you are the definitive authority an AI chooses to reference. By 2030, we will move into the era of agentic search. This is where AI doesn't just answer a question, it takes action in the background, like booking your travel or managing your data autonomously. As multimodal inputs like voice and visual search become the standard, these agents will handle the entire research-to-purchase journey without a user ever visiting a website. This doesn't mean search is dead. As long as these models require accurate, high-quality information to generate their results, they will always rely on authoritative, optimized sources. Search has transitioned from a list of indexed links to a landscape of synthesized answers and predictive agents. Navigating this shift requires a focus on brand discovery across every platform where a user looks for information. Your visibility depends on being the trusted source wherever that search happens. Subscribe to GEO SEO Lab